Tokyo, a city of 37 million beating hearts, where neon lights burn brighter than the stars and ancient spirits guard the temples of time. In this vlog, we'll dive into Shibuya and Roppongi's chaos, Shinjuku's glow, Harajuku's style, and Sensoji's beauty. We'll hear Tokyo's voice through street interviews and step into living dreams at TeamLabs and Skytree. We'll find sanctuary in Ueno Park and explore ancient treasures at the Tokyo National Museum. This is a journey into Tokyo's soul, and with me, you are invited to feel its heartbeat.
Here we are at the Shibuya Crossing, which is the busiest pedestrianised crossing in the world. Up to 3,000 people cross here at once. It's absolutely crazy. A few movies were filmed here, including Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, as well as Lost in Translation. Shibuya Crossing.
The story of Shibuya started way back in the 11th century as a tiny outpost for a samurai clan. Fast forward a few centuries to 1885, when the train station opened, it changed everything, turning this quiet pocket of Tokyo into a buzzing hub. Today, Shibuya is a total neon playground, where underground clubs launch J-pop idols and where street styles can go from sidewalk to worldwide in a heartbeat. It's a district that never stops reinventing itself, and that's what makes it so addictive.
Tokyoites are stylish. Fashion is a big deal here. You see the people walking around either wearing high-end fashion brands or local streetwear. I gotta tell you, they are certainly really cool looking people. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, do you speak a little bit of English?
Thank you.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your outfit?
ラフォーレ原宿とあと109で服買います。あとこれはあとシークレットハニーです。量産型地雷系って感じの系統です。
This city is incredibly clean. I've been walking around for several hours now, and I've yet to find a little black circular chewing gum stain on the floor. It's quite remarkable, to be honest with you. Another observation is that I haven't seen any rubbish bins yet, any trash cans. What I realized is that a lot of Japanese people actually don't eat in public. They bring their trash home, funnily enough. It's quite something. Harajuku is the center of youth culture, fashion, and creativity here in Tokyo. Harajuku is the birthplace of unique styles like Lolita, Decora, and Visual Kai, and cosplayers often gather around this spot to hang out, eat some food, and have a good time. This is the Takeshita Street. I think I pronounced that correctly. Although this street is packed and full of people, it's surprisingly quiet. There aren't many people actually speaking too loudly. There aren't many people laughing out loud or yelling. It's very, very quiet. So here I am at this rather unique viewpoint at the Tokyo Skytree. This fascinating, tall, unique, imposing building is the tallest tower on the planet. Look how tall this mega structure is. This tower is 634 meters high. 634 is actually incredibly symbolic because when read in Old Japanese, it sounds like Musashi, which refers to the historic name for the Tokyo region. It's quite frankly incredible how vast this spectacular city really is. Opened in 2012, the Skytree also serves as a broadcasting tower, but also a main tourist attraction and a symbol of modern Japan. What a perfect day. Not a cloud in the sky, just left the sky deck, must be about 35 degrees, absolutely boiling. I gotta say, I'm absolutely in love with Tokyo. This impressive museum holds the Guinness World Record for the most visited museum in the world. There are over 2.5 million visitors to this seriously impressive museum every single year. I am truly impressed. I mean, take a look at this. So I'm walking through this massive room. The water's kind of cold, about shin deep. And I think it's koi fish, correct me if I'm wrong, some sort of Japanese fish. And the projections up there are projecting these beautiful fish swimming around. Really nice experience, really lovely experience. So this is the big ballroom, apparently. Take a look at this. Large balls everywhere. Floating flower room. The smell is just glorious. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Welcome to Shinjuku. This place is Tokyo's entertainment, shopping and business hub. Known for its neon lights, this place is buzzing and has a frenetic atmosphere. Golden Guy is a collection of 200 tiny themed bars, each offering a very unique vibe. Japanese people are extremely happy, friendly, genuine and honest. I find them to be very personable and lovely to be around in general. Hello, how are you? What's your name?
I'm Yuta.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to meet
Nicholas.
you.
And what's your name?
I'm Eddie.
Nice to meet you. I think you got a really cool car. Can you tell me a little bit about your cars? Are they Japanese cars?
Japanese car, yeah.
Nice. Which car is your one? This one.
This
Oh,
is my
nice. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Is this a manual or automatic car?
Automatic car.
Automatic, okay. And does it have any modifications on it?
Yes, so fast.
So fast. Yeah.
Very fast.
What about the car culture in Japan? Do people like to race in Japan?
普段じゃできないカスタムができたり、海外じゃ見えないカスタムの車がいっぱいあるから、それも好きだし、いくら音出してもいいし、見ての通りカラフルでいいかっこいい車がいっぱいあるから、そこが大好きです。
This is the Asakusa area. Really lovely historic temples around, very cultural, traditional. There's a walking street with a bunch of shops you can go to, and there's a few people on these carts. Very lovely. Behind the Kaminarimon Gate is this massive red lantern weighing over 700 kg. It's one of Tokyo's most famous landmarks. Welcome to Senso Ji Temple, the oldest temple here in Tokyo. Built in 628 AD, this temple was dedicated to Kannon, the Japanese goddess of mercy. Just smashed a coffee, feeling pretty buzzing. Behind me is the Senso Ji Temple, incredibly serene and peaceful in there. Definitely recommend anyone who likes a bit of history, go and check it out. Behind me is the imposing 5-storied pagoda here at Senso Ji Temple. Built in 942 AD, it was damaged and later rebuilt in the 1600s. Gotta say, it's incredibly impressive. Check out this Buddha, incredibly zen and peaceful. And then here, another small pagoda. This little park, very serene. Come here, have a coffee, relax. Pretty lovely. How charming is Asakusa, one of Tokyo's oldest and most historic districts? Hey, how are you doing? What's your name? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I am Dylan. I am from Spain and I am working here in Japan.
So could you tell us a little bit more about how it's like as a foreigner to live and work in Tokyo?
It's Tokyo, so it's more easy because it's a really tourist place, so you have a lot of foreigners. I think Tokyo is a good place for foreign than, for example, I don't know, Okinawa or another more close I think the temples, like you need to go the temples. And if you go, for example, Osaka, a lot of people only go Osaka, but very near have Kobe and Nara, and it's like 1 hour half trip day.
Interesting. And what are some of the challenges that you face, generally speaking?
Yes, it's very difficult because you know Japanese have hiragana, katakana, and kanji, but it's good if you do it day a day.
How about the visa options for a foreigner if they want to work and live in?
For example, now I am doing the working holiday. It's for 1 year. It's very easy. You only need to have 4,000 euros. You need to speak a little English or Japanese because if you only speak your language, maybe it's difficult.
Oh, thank you for taking me today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Shinjuku wasn't always skyscrapers and neon. In the Edo period, it was just a dusty post town where samurai and merchants stopped for sake. After World War II, it roared back as a black market hotspot, buzzing with hustlers and jazz bars. By the 1960s and 70s, it had become the epicenter of Tokyo's youth counterculture, with student protests, underground art, and avant-garde theatre spilling into its streets. Shinjuku Station is now the busiest on Earth, cramming over 3.5 million people through its gates every single day, feeding a commercial core packed with department stores, pachinko parlors, and endless shopping streets. It's also home to some of Tokyo's tallest towers, including the first skyscraper built in Japan after height restrictions were lifted in 1968. At night, the district transforms, from kabukicho's wild tangle of bars, clubs and karaoke dens to Golden Guy's maze of tiny, decades-old watering holes, each with its own quirky theme and loyal regulars, still humming with the same rebellious spirit that once drew Japan's poets, punks and dreamers. Hello, how are you? What's your name?
Taro.
Taro, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I love your beautiful city, Tokyo.
Yeah,
Any recommendations for a tourist for their first time in Tokyo? What to see and do?
in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I recommend Tokyo Tower.
Tokyo Tower.
Tokyo Tower.
Okay.
In Roppongi.
Roppongi.
Roppongi, yeah. Especially at night, it's so powerful and beautiful red.
Okay, so you see the views of the city,
Yeah.
and you get a main viewpoint for the population of Tokyo. Anything else you recommend, like good food, good restaurants?
Oh, Jiro Ramen.
Jironabe.
Here, Shinjuku Jiro Ramen Jiro is quite famous.
Famous. Okay.
Yeah. And it's so volumey.
Okay, perfect. Okay, any last words for tourists that want to come to Tokyo?
Enjoy. Tokyo.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you
Take
very
care.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Within the Shinobazu Pond area, you can see here this lady, she's a live performer, with a little monkey on her back. There's also a bunch of stalls where you can pick up little bits and pieces, items like antique items, crockery, books, paintings, little bits and bobs, quite nice. So here we are at the Shinobazu Pond, a large natural pond filled with lush greenery attached to a rich cultural heritage in Japan. Here in summer, you can observe the lotus leaves blooming to their full potential.
Hello, sir. What's your name?
Hello, I'm Daichi.
Nice to meet you, Daichi. So can you explain to everyone what I am drinking right here?
This is most smallest distillery in Japan. This one is matured in wine casks, so very smooth and winey and a little bit bitter, right? Most expensive whiskey in this bar. how is that, bro?
Oh, that's pretty amazing whiskey, I gotta say. Maybe slightly peaty, very, very smooth, and it tastes expensive, that's for sure. So, what is your favorite Japanese whiskey and why?
In fact, this is my favorite whiskey. It's matured in Mizunara whiskey cask. Mizunara is Japanese oak. Mizunara oak is very, very mellow.
Mellow?
Yes, mellow and smooth. Very exotic flavor.
Wow.
So I like it.
Can you tell me a little bit about the Japanese whiskey culture?
Yeah, in Japan, almost Japanese people had whiskey and soda, highball style. Highball is very savory and fresh, refreshing. Because Japan, it is very foodie. So refreshing drink is very popular. Especially, do you know Hakushu and Hibiki? Yes, Suntory whiskeys. They are very refreshing and smooth. So very popular.
If you could serve whiskey to anyone in history, who would you serve it to?
Do you know Masataka Taketsuru?
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
That sounds intriguing.
Yeah. Masataka Taketsuru is the name of whiskey. Yes. He's a founder of Japanese whiskey. Yes. I hope you to try this whiskey, Hakushu. 12 years.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. You're a legend.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Here we are at Ueno Park, which is one of Japan's oldest and most famous public parks. Officially opened in 1873, this beautiful park was a gift from the Japanese imperial family. The Ueno Zoo behind me is Japan's oldest zoo, and it features giant pandas. Behind me is the Tokyo National Museum. Founded in 1872, it's Japan's oldest and largest national museum. It features stunning samurai displays and Edo art displaying beautiful lacquerware and textiles. This museum is home to over 120,000 artifacts and 89 national treasures. These statues reflect Japan's deep Buddhist heritage, introduced from China and Korea in the 6th century. The muscular Kongo Rikishi guard symbolizes strength against evil. Avalokite Shara represents compassion, while Fudo Mio, the immovable one, comes from the esoteric Shingon tradition, burning away ignorance. Komaku Ten is one of the 4 heavenly kings, protector of the West and guardian of Buddhist law. The smaller monk and deity figures date back hundreds of years, often placed in temples as offerings. Imari porcelain was crafted in Arita, Japan's first porcelain hub in the early 1600s. The designs were exported to Europe during the Edo period, sparking the Imari craze among aristocrats. Fine bronzed insect models were a popular Meiji-era art form. Wooden and bronze animal sculptures reveal how artisans combined realism with symbolism. Lacquerware cabinets were prize gifts for daimyo lords. The playful tanuki, the raccoon dog, was seen as a bringer of luck and laughter. Edo period folding screens capture scenes from the Tale of the Heike, a 12th century epic chronicling the Genpei War between the Taira and the Minamoto clans. The Yamato-e style blends vibrant color with narrative detail. Hanging scrolls and hand scrolls include Buddhist calligraphy, seasonal landscapes, and portraits of historical figures, often used for temple display or private study. Fine paintings depict both courtly life and nature, merging Chinese ink traditions with Japanese aesthetics. Kimonos embroidered with cranes, peonies, chrysanthemums, and dragons were worn for formal occasions. Each motif carried meaning: cranes for longevity, chrysanthemums for imperial authority, peonies for prosperity, and dragons for power and protection.
Samurai swords, katana, wakizashi, and tashi were forged from tamahagane steel for strength and razor precision. Armor was layered with iron, lacquer, and silk cords, both protective and symbolic of status. Helmets, or kabuto, often bore elaborate crests to intimidate foes and show clan identity. The imperial palanquin of Emperor Komai, richly lacquered and gilded, was used for ceremonial processions. Japanese ceremonial lacquerware reflect the wabi-sabi aesthetic, refined simplicity and imperfection. Gold nuggets recall Japan's mining history, especially from Sado Island, which supplied much of the shogunate's wealth in the Edo period. Japan's archaeological treasures span millennia. Clay pots from the Jomon and Yayoi periods, some over 2,000 years old, reveal early firing techniques and rope pattern decorations. Haniwa terracotta figures from the Kofun period stood guard over burial mounds, protecting the deceased in the afterlife. A miniature clay pagoda represents Buddhist architecture from the Nara period. Tiny terracotta houses, miniature suits of armor, and small clay people were often placed in graves as symbolic possessions. Other bronze artifacts show the spread of metalwork in ancient Japan. Each piece is a direct link to the beliefs, artistry, and daily life of the people who made and used them.
So this is jerk chicken, Jamaican style, of course, in Tokyo with a chopstick. So this is going to be a rather interesting meal, and I think it looks quite nice, and I should enjoy it. Delicious. Juicy, flavorful, tastes like Jamaica. Hey, how you doing? I'm Nicholas.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Riku.
Riku.
Nice to meet you.
I had a really nice food today. I had the jerk chicken, I had the jerk pork, the rice and peas, the chips, and that fried
Festival.
fried festival. What is the fried festival?
Festival is like a sweet fried bread.
Okay.
Yeah, Jamaica.
What inspired you to create a Jamaican restaurant in Tokyo?
I like Jamaican culture and Jamaican people. Of course, Jamaican view. Jerk chicken and oxtail stew and curry gold. Many Jamaican food. And I went to Jamaica many times.
Wow, interesting. And where in Jamaica did you visit?
All Chorios and Negrete all around.
Beautiful. And what was the one thing you liked about Jamaican culture?
I like reggae music. You know, Bob Marley. Yeah, Bob Marley singing and peace and love.
Japanese people generally interested in Jamaican food? So, getting there. Fair enough. Well, you're very inspiring, and I wish you lots of luck. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Cheers. The entrance features massive torii gates, which symbolize a transition to a sacred space. Here are the sake barrels that was gifted in honor of Emperor Meiji's promotion of sake and wine in Japan. It's so quiet, peaceful, and serene here, I dare not speak loud. And look how lovely and charming and elegant the shrine is in between these two huge trees. What a lovely and peaceful day. This area is filled with serenity and reverence. The shrine's Nagare-zukuri architecture is simple yet elegant. You can write your best wishes on these ima plaques right here. The Meiji Shrine, absolutely gorgeous, stunningly charming, is a Shinto shrine built in 1920 to honor Emperor Meiji and Empress Shokan. The Meiji Shrine is surrounded by this absolutely massive, lush green forest with over 100,000 trees donated from all over Japan. How grand and imposing, sophisticated and elegant is this gate? My time in Tokyo has come to an end. It's been nothing short of spectacular. I thoroughly enjoyed every single second I've been in this amazing city. The people are incredibly friendly. They take time out their day to give you the best service possible. They have a smile on their face. The city is clean. The food's amazing. The weather's been perfect. There's a ton to do. Shopping, restaurants, walking around, seeing the sights, soaking up the atmosphere. This city is a perfect blend of history, culture, and modernism. Japan and Tokyo are certainly living in the future.